But you know what God was doing? God, in Song of Solomon, God takes his bride, and it says, come apart, come away with me. Come to hurry, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on the mountain of spices. So he says, come, my beloved. And I started reading the Bible. And he says, Andy, this isn't for anybody else. This is just for you and me. And oh, wow, that was so cool. You know what? God was thinking about me all night. When I was speaking, God was thinking about me. And I started, it was so. And then I started, as I cultivated this romance with him, I started to shout. When I'd see those verses, when I'd see those words, I would think, wow, that's me. My beloved. Well, when my wife says my beloved, it still makes my heart jump a little bit. I'm kind of old, but it doesn't used to. But the relationship is deep. And so when God would say, my beloved, I thought, that's me. And so as I was willing to offer up my body as a living sacrifice, he started changing my life. And this is what God wants about worship. Worship is about Him. There's verses in Psalms. Every time I read the Psalms, there's verses over and over again. And let's see. I'll just try. How about Psalm 29, verse 1 through 9? I'll read those verses. There's so much in here. It's so exciting to hear it and see it from Him. But these verses were about Him, my beloved. And I'll read these ones quickly then. Psalm 29, verse 1. Ascribe to the Lord, O mighty ones. That's us. We're mighty ones. That's how God used you as a mighty one. It says, ascribe to the Lord, O mighty ones. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. We sang about that this morning. Give to God, say to God, you are glorious and you are strong. Ascribe to the Lord the glory to His name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of His holiness. His holiness. That's so cool. He is so holy. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The glory, the God of glory thunders. The Lord thunders over the mighty waters. It's when He speaks. He's like, I'm here. I'm mighty. And then the voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is majestic. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks in pieces the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf. That's my heart. Just kind of when God says He's been thinking about me and He says things to me, I think, wow, my heart just leaps. That's so cool. And then verse 7, the voice of the Lord strikes with flashes and lightning. The voice of the Lord shakes the desert. The Lord shakes the desert of Kelnis. The voice of the Lord twists the oaks, strips the forest bare. And in this temple all cry, glory! Well, that is so cool. Let me read one more verse. I have, Dave said we're going to have a treat this morning. I'm not it. But, okay, we gave a treat. This is really cool. In Revelation, there's a verse here. In Revelation, it's the end of history. We know it. And it's going to change. And here's what we have. Verse 17. The Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him who hears say, come. Whoever is thirsty, let him come. Whoever wishes, let him take the free gift of the water of life. See, God gives us the water of life. He is life. In John, it says that He's the life. And He gives us life. He makes us living, holy sacrifices that are acceptable to Him. And so that we can, when we worship Him, and when we work, even when I work as an artist, as I work, my work is worship. The Quakers used to say, to to work is to worship. So when you do your work, whether you're working as an accountant or a doctor or a mechanic, except they're technicians now, you can do that to worship. Because if you're entered into a relationship. And then times like this, when we get together, man, this is the highlight of my week, to worship. And I have a friend, Scott Freeman. He's from Colorado. And Scott is an artist. He does a wonderful brief history of man. And you'll see Scott demonstrating what I've been talking about through his work.